Hello. I am making these little mini journals, and they've been on hold a bit because I've been doing things with the kids. Obviously they're off from school still at the minute. So I made this little mini flip. It's so cute. So there's writing space here. There's a little pocket and a tag there. There's a big pocket at the back with a tag, and then in here there's a tiny little mini tag. So I need another one of these for this journal. This is not a tutorial because these have been made a million times now, but I'm just gonna sort of craft with you and make a little one for here. No envelopes, not one envelope in sight for this. So the first thing I want to do is I made this little one. I don't know. The day after I made those first tags and pockets, so I've actually forgotten exactly what I did. So this one is I'm gonna just wing it. I want the first flip about 6 centimeters, which is just short of 2.5 inches. So let's say 13 centimeters wide. I'm just gonna grab my cutting board, and I know this doesn't fit completely, so I do apologise. I'm just going to trim. This is the back of my collector's kit. It's kind of, I've been using it for all sorts of things. I want it 30. Oh, let me do the height. How high do I want it? I want it, let's say 9 centimeters. So I'm going to make it 10 centimeters high because I want a centimeter for the flippy bit at the bottom, the tab. And I've forgotten already. What did I say? 13 centimeters, I think, didn't I? Yeah. Let's go 13 centimeters wide. Now I'm not going to be precise with this as such. What I'm going to do is, oh, look at that. I completely lied to you. I did make that out of a tiny envelope because there's a little pocket here and there's a little pocket there. So, see, I told you I'd forgotten how I did it. I'm going to use this for the back. Okay, let's do it this way. Let's do it this way anyway. It's going to be slightly different, but that doesn't matter. I'm just going to fold it. This is craft on the go, see? I have no idea. So I've just folded a little bit for a flap there, and I'm going to just fold that in line there. So that's going to be our first piece. Let me just have a yeah, I can still do something this way. And then I'm just going to fold. I'm just going to use these lines actually as a guide, and I'm going to fold roughly 1 centimetre high. So I'm just going to fold this in on itself for a moment, make sure it fits on my page. That's okay. That will be something like that. So now, before I put the cutting board away, I'm going to decide how big I want my next one to be. Let me just have a quick look at the other one, see how I made it. Okay, so I want this one to be about 5 centimetres wide by about, let's say 7 centimetres wide. So I'm going to cut it to 8 centimetres. That will give me my 7 centimetres height. Okay, so I want 5 centimetres wide, so I'm going to do it 10, plus I'm going to give myself 2 this time. So I'm going to go 12. And like I said, this is not a tutorial. This is just me crafting while I'm filming. You know, I was going to do this anyway. This is not something I was planning on doing a tutorial on, because like I said, these little things have been done a lot. Now I've done my little flap that way. I'm going to fold it, but I'm going to give myself a little bit of a gap there. I'm not too worried about measurements. I just want to make sure it fits. So obviously, whatever, if you're doing something similar, you're going to need to, you know, measure up your particular journal or page and do your measuring for whatever it is you're making. Okay. So I've got something that looks like that. I've got a flap here and a flap here. Now I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to attach this one. Now it's not an envelope, but I'm sure I can figure something out. Just having a little look. Okie dokie. So this one will be like so. That folds. Yep, I'm gonna, okay. So this one is going to be my flap, and this one is going to be attached to here, I think, like that. Something like so. So this one, I'm going to keep that middle flap there. That can go all the way across. And then this one, I'm just going to cut along that line. Did I do a little? No, I didn't. Oh, sorry about the dogs. Not mine. So that's my little pocket to start off with. Okay, so this one is the one I'm going to have to think about a little bit more carefully. So this is going to be my flap. This is going to be the one to hold the journal in place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mitre this corner, and do I need to cut that off? Which one should I use? Is that, yeah, I'm actually going to do this one. Cut here. Like I said, this is not a tutorial. This is just how I kind of make things up as I go along, and I forgot how I made the other one. But this one will still work. It will do exactly the same job. Okay. Gonna make sure. Don't want that. I'm going to use my ruler to hold this in place because I don't want this to force a funny angle. I'm just going to use my ruler to hold that down. Right, so in this one, it goes against that page, and this one flips over that way. So what I'm going to do is this will be attached here. That will form, it's kind of going to be the same but slightly different. Okay, so I'm going to glue, and I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. I'm sorry if this is confusing. It's like I said, it's not a tutorial. It's more of a do you want to see inside my head how it works, how I craft, and just make things up as I go along. Unless I've, you know, if I wanted to do a proper tutorial, then of course I would do all of the measurements in advance and make sure it's going to all work, because this could, you know, could go horribly wrong. Now I'm going to just ink, and I've got this fantastic new ink blending tool from the lovely Vicky Leach from my Facebook group. I love it, and she sent me some of these oh, what's it called? If I can remember, I'll pop it in the link down below, but I'm sure Vicky would be more than happy to share what this is called with you. I do need some new blending tools for my wooden handles. So Vicky sent me these, which they're brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I love ideas where you know you're not actually spending money. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? I mean, obviously you have to buy the sponge, but it's obviously in the long run a lot cheaper than buying the blending tools. Right, so that's inked up nicely. Probably, I'm not sure if I want to glue this one as yet, because I'm debating whether to pop that inside. Pop that inside there. So that's actually going to be sewn in. I actually think that's what I'm going to do. This one's going to be completely different to how I made the other one. I think it's going to be pretty cool. Okay, right, so I'm going to attach this to here, like so. It's not fantastic, my Fabri-Tac anymore. I just don't want to open my new one as yet. You know, you leave it as long as you possibly can before you open a new Fabri-Tac, but then when you do, it's just so nice to use. Okay, so that's going to be the flip there. Just going to line that up a little bit better on the inside there. Yeah, that's a nice fit. Now I'm going to glue this the same way I would do normally. So I might need to add a little bit of acetone to this just to make it usable for the last of it. Okay, now obviously this one was attached with an envelope flap, so I need to work out how I'm going to attach this to my page, or think of a way to attach this to my page. And this side I did slightly differently, so I think what I'm going to do is going to overlap here. Let me just cut. That. How much do I want to hang over the next page? Let me just line up something roughly along that line there. This is the cool thing with working with a grid paper. You can just use the grid lines to line everything up. So I'm going to pop a little fold here along this line, just relaxing, crafting and enjoying a little bit of quiet. I think what I'm going to do is I'm still going to use, I think I'm going to have pockets on the other side, so I'm going to cut there, but I'm going to do this slightly differently. I'm going to glue this on here. And this time I'm going to kind of do a little bit of collaging before I do the stitching. If you can see, I have stitched around here. So I'm going to stitch around here, and then I will have my two pockets, but they're going to be square pockets, not envelope shaped. So I think that would work just as well. I'm just going to do a little bit of corner punching. Let's have a look. That's a small one. So I'm going to pop a little corner rounder, bit more inking. So yeah, I know I often say that I don't have a plan, but This time I had less than a plan. It was even less than a plan. But that'd be quite cool. So I'm going to, do I want to mitre that? Yep. I think I'm going to mitre this top and bottom. Glue this flap on. So it kind of becomes the envelope flap without using an envelope. But it is a good way to attach it to the page, I think. String away. So yeah, this is I was literally crafting and just thought I need to make that pocket because I still haven't done it. There's a couple of kits that I want to use and want to show you, so I just thought this was a oh, you muppet. Oh, I'm such a muppet. Okay, right, we're now going to have to fold that way because I've stuck it on the wrong way. Right, let's work this out because, okay, this one. This one is going to be this way round. There we go. No biggie, it's all good, I'm just going to do this the opposite way. That's not a problem. Okay, so before I sew this, I'm just going to work out, that's going to be on the back. So this piece, I need to cover that up, and I have printed, I've done them small. I got these from Rachel at RoxyCreations. Can you see these gorgeous tea and coffee dyed papers? Now what I've done is I've printed them 6 per page. They are absolutely stunning. I think I want to go for this one first, so I'm just going to use this as a way. I'm not worried about being too accurate with my cutting because it's going to need a bit of sorting out. Okay, I think I just want a kind of making sure that edge is nice and flat. I like that. I'm going to cut this bottom off, make sure I cut that straight, and I'm going to tear a bit of an angle coming around here because I'm using Mrs Cog's gorgeous kit. What's it called? Oh yeah, it's the Mooka Digis from Liz. I'm going to put that on here. That's going to cover up most of that. I can live with this bit here. I'm going to ink that edge again. And I'm going to ink around here. My ink, so need a new one. Even the re-inker now just doesn't seem to give you that nice juicy ink. But then as soon as I, you know, buy a new one, it's so inky. I end up with lines where the blending tool has left ink, or circles if I use a round one. I'm not particularly good. That's why I like the brush. I like using the makeup brush. I just seem to get a much neater edge when I use those. Okay, so I've got that. That's going to be our, just trying to work out, that's the inside here. So now I need, so that will give us the sewn edge. This is going to be the back. So I think this is ready for me to kind of sew round, which I can't do on camera because I have my big, I have one of these, this is what I now use. It's a deed box that I use for my scrap papers because the boxes I was using just, it's not big enough anymore because I've got too many scrap pieces. So I'm going to grab my sewing machine, or I'm going to go to my sewing machine and sew around here, and then I will be back. Okay, so I've just sewn these little bits. I'm going to take some of these off. I do like them, but for something so small, there's quite a lot. So this will attach here, and I'm going to glue around the edge and down the middle. So I'm going to have two little pockets for tags, and then this will sit on the page like so, and that will all flip out too. So let's have a little, okay. Ah, you know what I did? I forgot to sew the pocket. Ah, look, on this one, I'm sewing a pocket, and I haven't done that on here. So it's going to be a non-sewn pocket. I'm not going to try and sew round. These are the little mini pieces of Liz's kit. I need something that's a bit square. Ah, so that could be our pocket, but I think I want it here. On this side maybe, or maybe not. Let's have a look, see what else we've got. That's a bit too small. Okay, this is going to be a little glued pocket, not a sewn pocket, because I should have done that before I put it all together. But then this is not going to be exactly the same as the other one. They're both going to be different, so that's all good, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to have it. I'm just going to try one of my little tags in here and decide. Yeah, I'm going to have it that way. And I am going to use my art glitter glue because I want a nice little amount of glue. It hasn't got to be too, it hasn't got to be super strong. I'm going to use quite a wide piece of glue here because the tag's not going to go in too far, but fine little line of glue along there. And I'm just going to, okay. Doesn't look quite as nice not sewn, but it's fine. I've got my little labels, so I might pop a label on there. These ones might be too small actually. I'm sorry about the noise. Neighbours are in the garden. Although as you can see, I've got my jumper and my woolly socks on. It's not very warm today. Are they the same size? No, these are a bit bigger. Okay, I'm just going to cut this tiny little label out. Probably more to do than I was, planning on this video, because I do want to show you the tags. Go and check out Rachel's digis. I'll put a link down below, and I also have another digi that I want to use, which is pretty cool, I think. Okay, so that's the inside. This is the outside, and we're just gonna got the decoration here, so I'm gonna find a nice Liz image. Oh, I like that. That's pretty. Just double check. Okay. Yeah, I'm going for that. That's lovely. I think on the other one I used a much smaller image, but this one I think just is perfect. It's very overcast today. We're supposed to have some rain. We had a good day yesterday. Went to Jimmy's farm, which is it's kind of, they've got a license now for exotic animals. So I saw my first raccoon, a little raccoon in the zoo. Okay, and this is going to be the front. So I do want a little digi for here. Have I used this one? Did I use this one already? No. So I'm going to go for that. Now, some of the tags I've already made. I've made several tags that I can show you, but I do want to show you the teeny tiny ones I made using another Liz's kit. Which is pretty cute. I'm gonna, that's at a bit of an angle too. I have a couple of the tabs that I made, the little tiny whale tail style tags. Pop that on. Just hold that down for a second, make sure that's properly on there. Okay, I think that's pretty cool. I love this kit from Liz, I really do. Okay, so in the little pocket I've made some tags using Liz's kit, and this is Gayle's paper, this is Gayle's coffee dyed paper. I think I want something, let's look, I like that one, so I'm going to pop that in here. That's going to sit in there quite nicely. I do have to make one for this back pocket because I haven't got any more big pockets tags made. These are the ones that the lovely Wendy and Leo sent me. So I think maybe I'll use one of those and decorate those up. I've now got 3 sizes. So this is the size that Wendy sent me. I then bought some thinking they were the same, and they arrived like that. And then I've just bought these because they are super cute. Look at those. So these are teeny tiny tags. I haven't made anything with those yet, but I will. So in here, in this little one, got a tiny tag here, which is the medium size, one of these. And if I can grab this I printed again 6 per page, but this is a vintage French letter from 1700s. I'm going to put a link down below because this, although I should have printed a large sheet so you could see a bit better, but this is absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous. And I've got a little one here. So I'm just going to make my tiny tag, and it was super easy. What I did was just cut off the knot because it's quite a long string on here. Cut off the knot. Let's get some of these other bits out of the way. Might add a couple more labels to this. I'm not quite sure, not finished yet. And I'm just going to glue. This is super simple, but this kit from Liz is beautiful. There's lots of pages. I didn't print them all, but there are lots of pages in the kit. I want to try and get that in, so I'm going to line that up. I can see through, just lining that up. I'll stick that on there, and I'm just going to go around my tag. I think these are little price tags. They all, well, I don't know where the ones Wendy sent me. I'm not sure where they come from, but the 2 sizes that I bought are both from Amazon. And they are price labels, price tags is what I searched for. I'm just going to grab my tiny hole punch. And I'm going to line it up with the hole that's already in there. And here comes the rain. So it might get to the stage where you can't hear anything I'm saying, and I apologise if that's the case. So just inked round that tiny tag. Let me see if I can bring you down a tad. There we go. Hopefully I won't hit myself on the camera. Now, in the kits from Liz, can you see if I can find, oh, where are you? Oh, there we go. the tops of those tags are really pretty. Now it is a shame to cut them off, but I want to use part of this on this tag, so I am going to cut it off in this case. I do actually have several sets of these tags printed, so that's okay. And I'm gonna, the flowers on the inside, so I'm just gonna ink round those. This is super simple and super cute. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I'm gonna line it all up. And then I'm just going to trim those last little bits, because that art glitter glue sticks pretty fast. You don't have a lot of movement. Well, you have a little bit more movement than the Fabri-Tac, but not a ton. How cute is that? Love it. So then I'm going to take the string using my blending tool and just pull that through the ink a couple of times. Back in the hole. I'm really conscious that you can hear me breathing really heavily with the phone this close to my mouth. Trim that. Around the back a little bit if you like. I've got tons of ink on my fingers, so I apologise. Where did we put the pocket? Here, on that side. That's going to slide in there. And then the string will kind of indicate that it's there if it slides in a little bit. Now, what I'm going to do, just going to clean the top of my glue. Okay. So I'm going to, that's probably a bit more ink than I wanted. I've just hit my head on the camera, so I apologise if there was a wobble. Just ink here, no, glue, and I'm going to run a little bead of glue up the middle. And it's going on this page. And close it. Make sure that's lined up. Put that down. So this time the flip goes the other way. There is a little bit of writing room there. This page you can still write on. You could write here, and then that's probably a little bit big. So you've got a little pocket here and a little pocket here. So you could have left it as one pocket if you want to, but that's how I've done it. So there you go. We got there in the end. I have no idea how long this video is, but there you go. I hope you liked it. And of course, one of these is going to be a giveaway in my Facebook group for everybody who enters the mini challenge, and the other one I'm not sure yet. We will see. Thanks again guys for watching. I hope you liked it. I will see you all soon. Bye.